Well, this week I am irritated by caterpillars. I went for a walk in the woods in my favorite path, and they're hanging from trees. One got in my hair, and these little guys are poisonous. So I now have an itchy red rash on my neck, and I want to scratch it like crazy. So I'm doing a painting today of where I usually sit and look out at the ocean, which is also a place on my walk where I like to meditate. So today I am irritated to the nth degree with these little creatures that God has made. So, like I said, I'm going to be painting my scene here, and I have my acrylic white, the real blue, and I've had an upgrade of acrylic colors by Marie. And with those colors, I have a choice of burnt umber, burnt sienna, black, a viridian green, emerald green, and sap green mixtures here. So I hope to get realistic coloring on my trees. I have birch trees and I have maple trees, and I've got to have the limbs for where these guys can hang down from, because some of them do hang, and oh my god, they freak me out. I have nightmares about bugs, and that's really not cool. I put in some black caterpillars and put a base for the wood chip trail while my neighbors decided to leave and make a lot of noise. So I'm continuing painting. Everything seems to be fine now. People are quiet, so you can listen to just me. And so, like I said, I'm putting the texture. These are wood chips that are on the trail. And I also put in the caterpillars that have seemed to take over my favorite bench. So I was thinking earlier that I'd make a big blue one with a lot of teeth because they're eating all the leaves on the trees. And actually it sounds like it rain out there with all their chomping going on. So I've mixed burnt sienna with some white and a little bit of burnt umber to make these color, because I want to make different browns. I mean, the branch even has to be a different brown so that the painting will stand out, and everything will not blend together. Otherwise you just have one big blob of color, and then you won't really have a picture at all. So anyway, finishing up with this, and then I'll do the bench. And in the woods there are tons of ferns as well as trees, so I'm going to emphasize my trees a little more. Oops. Granted, wood chips aren't really as big as I'm painting them, but you just get the impression of what they look like. So your viewer gets an idea of that this is a path. Okay, now I'm going to take some burnt umber and mix it with white to use on the bench. And I have to be careful not to paint out the yucky caterpillar. And like I said, I wasn't very thrilled that one got in my hair last week. Actually, I do have half a mind to paint out the caterpillars. One way of getting rid of them. But it's part of nature, and even though we may not like all of nature, we do have to live with it. If we kill parts of nature, then we'll end up killing ourselves. Not a cool thing in my book. Okay, that looks like a pretty good bench. Everyone gets the idea it's a bench. Now I'm going to put in ferns because they are up as well and they're beautiful. I love looking at them. Hi, I'm back now that my neighbors have left, and actually I had another song come on that made me bust a gut laughing. So I had to take a little bit of a break and come back at this with fresh vision and figure out how I want to paint in my forest scene here. And these are ferns, because I know sometimes expressive art, it's hard to tell what something might be, so I figured I'd just expound on exactly what these are supposed to be. They're not little trees. They are the ferns in the woods that are covering the ground. And I put leaves up in the trees, and I got some caterpillars eating those leaves. And they are voracious little creatures, I'll tell you. So beware when you go in the woods. There are bugs all over the place, especially in Maine. We've got the caterpillars and we've got the ticks. As you can tell, I'm not fond of either one of those creatures, or bugs or spiders in particular at all. So, okay, I'm going to just keep going with this until I've got each one pretty much done and outlined here. And basically, you can use this same technique if you're irritated with the way some other people might be treating you. It's like, I was thinking of making a ugly bug and with blue and white teeth and a nasty little face, and then I was going to flush it down the toilet to get rid of it. That's what I do with bugs when I find them. I totally just cannot stand them, so I get them out of my life just the way I get other stuff out of my life. So just finishing up with this. Creating a few more. And I've mixed some black in with my green to add a little variety in so that they don't all look like the leaves. And since I'm speaking of leaves, on the ground are leaves left over from last fall. So I think I will color some of this background in so that there'll be another set of variety of color, as well as looking like dead leaves on the ground. And to finish off and complete my painting, I have my emoji of all things, frustration. So there you have it for this week. We have our painting, which I still want to do a little more on this bench. This white is bothering me. So I want to come in with a little black and a little burnt sienna and just fill in. Oh, too dark. Alright, let's try again. So just to get the feeling that there is a little more depth and perspective on this bench. And I hope next time I go for a walk that these nasty little creatures won't be in my face or on my bench. So there you have it. Today's frustration and being irritated with caterpillars. Hope to see you next week. Thanks. Bye.